Let's cut through the noise, because every man watching this needs to hear this clearly. When a woman starts pulling away, when she stops texting back, when her energy changes and she suddenly becomes distant, 99% of men panic. They chase, they call more, they try harder. And guess what? That only makes things worse. You lose your power, you lose your self-respect, and you give her the confirmation she was looking for, that she's in control and you're desperate. Now let's be honest. It hurts. You care about her, you had a connection, you saw potential, and now she's acting cold, distant, or flat out ignoring you like you never mattered. That shift can make a man question his worth, his confidence, even his masculinity. But here's what you need to understand. Her distance isn't always about you. It's a test. Sometimes it's emotional, sometimes it's strategic, sometimes it's just her chasing a new high. But how you respond is everything. This video isn't about reacting emotionally. It's about teaching you how to respond like a man with options, value, and backbone. Because when you handle her silence the right way, you flip the script. You become the one she starts thinking about again, the one she begins chasing, and the one who shows that his world doesn't stop because of one woman's emotional shift. This is for the man who's tired of feeling confused, frustrated, and powerless when a woman distances herself. I'm going to give you clear, actionable strategies that work. Not in some fantasy world, but in today's dating game where attention is currency and emotional control is power. Let's get into it. Here's exactly what you should do when a woman distances herself and ignores you. 1. Do not chase her. The biggest mistake a man can make when a woman starts ignoring him or pulling away is chasing her. It feels like the natural thing to do. She pulls back, so you move forward. She becomes silent, so you send longer messages. She gets cold, and you try to warm her up with compliments, gifts, and effort. But what you don't realize is that chasing her at this stage actually confirms everything she was unsure about, and it lowers your value in her eyes. When a woman distances herself, she's either testing your emotional strength, losing attraction, or simply entertaining other options. And if you respond with emotional desperation, it only proves that you don't have options yourself. A high-value man doesn't beg for attention. He doesn't try to force connection. He lets people show him who they are and moves accordingly. You need to understand how attraction works. Women are not attracted to men they pity. They are attracted to men who are confident enough to walk away if their energy isn't being matched. So when she ignores you or distances herself, you do not panic. You don't call her 3 times. You don't double text. You don't watch all her stories and wait for a sign. That's what emotionally weak men do. And women know it. Instead, let her feel your absence. Let her feel what it's like not to have your presence, your attention, your energy. Because when you don't chase, you become unpredictable. And unpredictability creates curiosity. Curiosity leads to interest. And interest reignites attraction. The key is to pull your energy back without a single word of drama or confrontation. Just stop chasing. Let your actions communicate everything. If she's not texting, neither are you. If she's not showing interest, neither do you. You are not a mind reader, and you're not going to play games. But you are going to protect your self-worth. That means if she wants distance, you respect it, and match it without bitterness. This is not about being toxic or manipulative, it's about self-control. A man who chases is giving her all the power. A man who doesn't chase forces her to sit with her decision. And in that silence, she'll start to wonder. Why didn't he react? Why didn't he reach out? What is he doing now? That's when the power begins to shift. That's when you go from being the rejected to the respected. So the first and most critical move when she distances herself or ignores you is simple. Do not chase her. Not emotionally, not physically, not digitally. Stand your ground and let your absence speak louder than any message ever could. 2. Focus on yourself immediately. Now that you've stopped chasing, the next move isn't to sit around overthinking or stalking her online. The next move is to shift every ounce of your attention back to yourself. Your mind, your body, your money, your goals. Because here's the truth. When a woman pulls away, it creates an emotional gap. Most men rush to fill that gap with more thoughts of her. They replay the last text. They analyze every word. They ask friends for advice. But none of that helps you. What helps is redirecting your energy into something that builds you up instead of breaking you down. This is the phase where you must become selfish in the best way possible. Take all that mental space she used to occupy and fill it with something that makes you more powerful. Go harder in the gym. Double down on your business or your job. Upgrade your look. Reinvent your daily routine. Not to make her regret losing you, but because you owe that version of yourself to you. You're not doing it for her. You're doing it because you are the prize, and it's time to act like it again. Women are deeply intuitive. They can feel when a man's world revolves around them, and that's when they lose respect. But when they feel like you've refocused and your life is moving with or without them, that's when they start paying attention again. That's when they begin to realize you're not just another guy clinging for validation. You are a man with purpose, direction, and value, and that's magnetic. You need to stop trying to win her back and start working on becoming the kind of man she regrets walking away from. That means showing discipline. That means putting your emotions in check. That means turning your pain into productivity. And the best part? While you're leveling up, she's watching. Maybe silently, maybe from a distance. But believe me, she's noticing. And the better you become, the more her silence starts working against her. Let's make something clear. This isn't a tactic to make her miss you, even though it probably will. This is about reclaiming your identity. Too many men lose themselves in relationships. They stop doing the things that made them attractive in the first place. They become emotionally dependent, then shocked when she pulls away. You can't let that be you. Her silence is not your cue to chase. It's your signal to elevate. So let the distance be your trigger for transformation. Not sadness, not confusion, not weakness, but strength. If she comes back, cool. If she doesn't, you'll be 10 times better than you were when she left. Either way, you win. Because the moment you shift the spotlight from her to you, you begin the process of becoming untouchable. And that's exactly where you want to be. 3. Match her energy without bitterness. One of the biggest mindset shifts a man must learn in modern dating is this. You don't overextend for someone who's pulling back. When a woman distances herself, your job is not to fight the current, but to match her energy, calmly, quietly, and without bitterness. That's where your power lies, not in anger, not in manipulation, but in emotional self-control. Too many men take a woman's silence personally. They react out of insecurity, ego, or fear of loss. Suddenly they're angry, they're cold, they become sarcastic or passive-aggressive, or worse. They start arguing about how she's changed, accusing her of being fake or ungrateful. All of that is emotional leakage, and all of it makes you look weak. You're showing her that you can't handle pressure, that you can't hold your frame when things shift. That's exactly what pushes her further away. But the man who learns how to match her energy without emotional chaos, that's the man she can't stop thinking about. If she becomes slow to respond, so do you. If she stops calling, you stop calling. If she wants space, give it to her freely. Not with attitude, not with bitterness, just with peace. That's emotional discipline. That's masculinity. Understand this. Women are not repelled by space. They're repelled by insecurity. If she feels like you're reacting because you can't live without her attention, she'll distance herself more. But if she senses that you're unaffected by her silence, she starts to question her own move. She begins to wonder if she miscalculated your value. That curiosity becomes tension. That tension breeds attraction. That's when the dynamic starts shifting in your favor. And don't confuse matching energy with playing games. You're not pretending. You're not acting disinterested when you're really hurting inside. You're being real with yourself. If she's not giving, you stop giving. If she's not showing interest, you step back with dignity. That's not game playing, that's emotional maturity. That's setting a standard for how you expect to be treated. A man who can match energy calmly is rare. He's not needy, he's not angry. He's just aware that he's valuable. aware that he brings something to the table. And if someone doesn't see it right now, that's fine. He's not trying to prove it. He's not begging to be understood. He's simply living by a code. If you want to pull away, I respect that. But I'm not going to chase you down a road I didn't walk you toward. And here's the kicker. When you respond like this, when you calmly mirror her distance, she starts to feel something she didn't expect. Uncertainty. She's no longer sure she has your full attention. She's no longer sure you're waiting. And in that uncertainty, a shift happens. You regain control. So when she distances herself, match her energy. Not with malice, not with fear, but with quiet strength. Let her feel your absence with the same grace she gave her silence. That's how you lead. That's how you win.